I'm Amanda Eide, and this is my Chapter 7, Curriculum Models. Okay, so 3 models and explain why they wouldn't work for you at this time in your school, in your classroom. The Purdue 3-stage enrichment model that goes through preschool to graduation. While I think this is a fantastic idea, it just won't fly in the current climate of No Child Left Behind. We're still more concerned with getting someone to the bare minimum rather than expanding their potential. I appreciate that, that it follows a child from preschool all the way to graduation, because then it really does take care of the child and it's a more holistic approach. I just don't foresee that really happening in the Midwest anytime soon. Maybe I'm wrong. Hopefully I'm wrong. Levels of learning. Okay. I like it. They do not consider who is or isn't gifted in the program, which they can all look different. And I really, really appreciate that, because then it does get our 2E kids, which is kind of the lens I'm looking at things for. And maybe it skews it, maybe it doesn't, but just for honesty and transparency, I probably come at this from a 2E situation a little bit harder than maybe other people. But why I don't think it will work here. We live in a world of compartmentalization, and it's too easy to just put people in a box. And it's a very stunted view, and it's oversimplistic, but it's what the masses tend to go for. I can't see administration putting time or money into a new educational model that allows for this ambiguity. They want clear, defined results, and results are labels a lot of times. And unfortunately, good ideas and kids get left behind. Third, autonomous learners model from Betts. Why it won't work. It takes a whole village to raise a child, pardon me. And this is true in education, but I don't know if others would be willing to go for that undertaking. I have a lot of parents that even I go by now that, well, you're a teacher, teach, that's your job. Like, yep, it is, but it could be so much better. And I just don't think that we could get the buy-in we need from administration, family, and teachers, which is the part I really like about it. And I think that is probably the biggest draw of it. It's so abstract that I don't know if we could get a lot of people on board with it and to get that push that we need to get it started. Okay, 2 models that explain why they interest you and how you think they could be beneficial to gifted students. SEMS. This has everything to spark creativity and joy for learning, which a lot of these models that I read are absolutely wonderful. This one seems to really hone in on that the most, and it does address those underachievers as well as disenfranchised, which happens in every classroom, and it certainly happens with gifted kids. Now, the idea of curriculum compacting is amazing, and I want to be able to do it. I want to be allowed to do this in a classroom. I'm not sure if it's the conference, but this just piqued such high interest in me that I would love to see this in action. The stages provide structure that is both a benchmark and something that has a proven track record, which administration likes. They like cold, hard numbers. And with their success rate, I think, if anything, it could be this that could get into the smaller Midwest. I know I'm excluding the cities, because the cities, I do see growth and I do see more opportunities, but I'm thinking of like North Dakota, this area, that's probably our best bet. I enjoyed that it approaches the thinking and feeling aspects that many of these models seem to glide by. It tends to look at them more holistically, which kind of pulls me back to the autonomous learners where they're looking at a child holistically, or even Purdue, where they're going from the beginning to the end of, graduation. Okay, I'm running out of time. Autonomous learners model. Okay, I love the orientation process that includes the admin, the teachers. I put this in twice because I really like it. I'm sorry. I think this is such a neat idea. Like, I would love to be a part of either one of these. But the fact that it is that village, because if a child feels they are taken care of and they're part of a team, and parents feel they're part of a team, everyone works better, everyone's more efficient, and their child can go even further than before. I also like that it gives both for the individual development as well as providing enrichment activities structured via the teacher for greater independence and greater differentiation. 1 minute, gotta go fast. Okay, model possibilities in a classroom. All right, I like the parallel curriculum model. Now, I would need to really master the steps before I could put it in the classroom. And I would need to teach kids a new way of thinking through processes which may feel a little bit abstract, and that may take some time. How could I implement this model? I would kind of be working under the table, and I would have to do it compartmentalized, again, bad word, but little by little, maybe in a project, so they can ease into this thought process and they can start to feel the structure and what we need to be able to do. So could I broaden this to gifted, or can it be for everyone? I would do grouping so I could better aid the kids in their development, and I would also use homogeneous grouping to do that, to kind of reach more of my kids, because I would be doing this all alone. That I know. Let's see. What would I have to adapt? It would be the grouping. I would have to start off with generalities. I would have to frame this as a theme or a project. And I think if I did that, I could very quietly slide this new method of thinking. It would cost no money. It would only cost my time, and hopefully we would deal with great results. Thank you.